But I think over here, if we
This
walk
is where
around-
I've done a lot of the filming that I've done, like
Yeah.
interviews, and I've had, Hey,
Sorry.
Matsunaga.
No, I actually stepped on her toe,
Oh, okay.
on the end of her tail.
Okay.
So if you want to just, you know,
let me know what's best for you.
yeah, just walk over there. I just like to kind of get things beginning and ending, and you know. So this is really
This has
beautiful.
been the scene of many a blessing way, that's for sure. We've had
it?
a lot of ladies here, lots of midwives and doulas and birth workers, and we have brunches here, and it's been a while, but it's really nice. It's a great setting outside with the air and the circulation, the flow. A lot of people find a lot of peace here. It's very nice. I love it coming back home.
So what I want to do is, I'm just thinking this window is in my field here. I'm going to just...
Do you want me to move over here?
Could we, yeah, I'm thinking, yeah, if I just...
I'll get in the corner.
This is such a fabulous backdrop. Well,
yeah, we actually went out in the, out there.
so the lighting, sorry about this, Angelina.
okay, no problem.
I haven't,
Do what you gotta
I
do.
mean, I hope you're okay.
Oh, I'm
It's just
fine.
that the light shines right on your face there in the perfect light. So I'd rather have that, and I'll just have you sit a little
I'll
this
sit.
way.
I'll sit away from the
Kevin,
window, but, like,
you're going
right
to be
there.
in my back of my
we go, like
picture right
this.
now, honey. Thanks.
We'll switch
Oh, there.
this.
The light is just perfect here. I just have to go in closer. Because
I'm
you
trying
look
to get this
amazing.
out
You're
of
so photogenic.
Oh, really?
Your home is just beautiful. Oh, yeah. You've got great
I've
features.
done a lot of work when we moved here, there was nothing here. So it's so nice to be a part of having, it all kind of grow up around you, and you plant, and I love it.
So I want to hear about just anything you want to share, but I love the idea of the blessing ways that you've had here, and the women, and just the community, and it sounds really...
Well, yeah, we try. I try to be a part of whatever I can here, and I love entertaining, so it's kind of like the Martha Stewart in me, so that just kind of comes naturally, and they just evolve. We hear somebody doesn't have family or friends. That kind of happens a lot here on Maui if they're just moved and they're pregnant and they left the mainland because they knew they wanted to have their baby here, and so we get those situations, and it's nice to have... I know some really great ladies in our birthing community, and I have great friends as well, so it's nice to get them all together. I'll call them up and say, hey, I'm doing a blessing way, you want to join? It's a potluck this, or we have different women come and bless them. It's really nice. We love them. I mean, it works out really well.
So when I ask a question, you're actually already pausing, so thank you. And I forgot to ask you that. A lot of people will start answering me before I've finished asking the question, and then I miss the first word because I don't want to get my question in it, right? So thank you for doing that. And also, for people that maybe have never even heard about a blessing way, or they don't
Sure.
understand what that is.
Well, a blessing way is it's the quote unquote baby shower, but it has more of I would say a spiritual connection, and we actually put a few different styles depending on who the woman is and what she's comfortable with, but it's more of a grounding and more of a connection to what's happening in her body, because there's so much more than the outside shows that's happening in a woman's life and in her body and her connection to, the universe. So we like to implement different spiritual backgrounds and different cultures and whatever feels right. And so a blessing way is our birth. It's our baby shower, but it's just a little bit more connected. We like to paint the belly. Sometimes we'll paint it, just depending on the woman. So, and breaking bread with other women for a pregnant woman. We've got people from having no children, and to women that have just had, to women that have had enough. And we've got the crones, the older women that are grandmas now. So it's really been a nice connecting place for anyone. I had a blessing way, and a lot of my girlfriends, we all have blessing ways. So that we treat the woman, more or less, we pamper her like crazy, brushing her hair and, using oils, giving her a pedicure, a massage, a manicure, whatever she needs. We're just like at her beck and call, and we all switch and take turns honoring her for her contribution and the vessel of life, so she feels honored and special, and that's really important for a woman to know, that it's something bigger than just what's shown in the media or the clothes that you have to wear, things like that. It's got that kind of meaning to it. So
how do you think that can support a woman in having a more just really being better prepared for her birth, when she has that kind of a community of women that she knows are all kind of on her side, and not just giving her gifts for the baby, but actually giving her, maybe could you talk maybe about one other symbol, like some of the symbolism and the things that you might do, like giving her a bead or just some of those things.
Actually, I first off, I think that it helps a woman recognize that her power, because she's hearing, at least in our circles, she's able to hear other women's empowered birth stories. Not that they went perfect. It's not about the perfection of, what we think would be the greatest, 4-hour labor and pushed out in 5 minutes and my baby was here. It's so she can recognize, by having other empowered women reflect back to her the fact that she actually has what it takes inside. So I believe it helps a woman connect to that power as much as she's able and aware to. And I think that's really important in a birth, because a woman is really, she's got support on the outside, but she needs to recognize that power inside of her to carry her through the whole experience. And if that's disconnected, then it's just more challenging. And it's not a negative thing. It's just that women can walk away feeling not moved or not, they feel it. They feel that disconnect. And even after the birth and the baby, and there's something, that's been, they feel missed, So I believe that, we'll do a ceremony with bead giving, and each woman will bring a bead or something to string on a necklace. And one of our things is we go around a circle. So it's typically in a circle. We'll do a lot of ceremony with a circle. And the bead, each woman that has the bead will put it on the string while she's saying what she wants to impart for the pregnant mother. So she'll give her her wisdom, a piece of her wisdom. She'll give her a powerful story of her own that helped her in her birth. And you get this, after like 12 women have spoken, there's this silence, and every woman is hanging on every bit and piece of what everyone has to offer. And so when you're done and the mother has this necklace, the message is now take this necklace with you. You're not alone. We've come before you, really. And it's possible. And here we are. Rub that when you're in that place where you're just like, I'm scared, I can't do it.
I need you to say that again, because that will be too loud, probably.
Oh, okay, that thing, yeah. So from
where, what
the message is.
Mm-hmm.
So at the end of that, the bead ceremony, and it comes back where the mother's got that full necklace. Now her message is, now you've got this necklace and you have all this wisdom. When you get in those places that are just so hard, you feel you can't do it, grab that necklace or have that necklace through the whole labor and know we're with you in spirit. We've come before you and done it, and you so have the power to do it. You so have what it takes. It's in you. So it's helped a lot of mothers get into that place. It's also a focal point. Some women actually take it in to their labor, and it's just meaningful for them. So it's been really nice. I liked it. Yeah, it's I think a great way to, it's a great focal point for labor.
Wow, you're good. You're good at this.
I'm good at this. I love it.
You're very articulate. It's awesome. And you
Yeah,
look so good. And your house is beautiful.
I'm perfect.
This
I'm
is
glad
so
I'm
easy.
gonna.
You're so easy to film. Oh my God.
Oh, it's good.
And usually I'm like setting up my tripod and putting my external lap. This is
Oh,
cool.
good.
My other camera went on the blink, so I'm just using this little one right now.
Perfect. It works, right?
Yeah,
Whatever works.
it's working right now. It's
I have a
looking
little
good.
flip that's actually worked quite a bit too. So.
Looking really good.
Yeah.
So, do you have some really important things you'd like to share with me, or would you just like me to ask you questions?
Questions are great, and yeah, I have it. I think that you'll hit. I think it'll be what it's meant to be.
Yeah. Okay.
You
good.
ask the questions,
Sure.
and it'll hit.
Good.
I got lots to share.
Yeah.
But
Okay. So, what I would like to ask you is, for if you were talking to like a young woman who had never birthed and she's pregnant, or a father, what would you say helped you the most to make a decision about, with all the choices and options that are out there? Not quite as many here in this area. But, did you have your baby here? Your baby?
no.
Okay.
I was in another part of the.
Okay, that's okay. Because I just want you to, as a Maui, you are on Maui, you're preparing to be a midwife, you're preparing to be doula. We can talk about that too. But just as a mother, when you talk to a woman who hasn't had her baby yet and her partner, what are some of the things, or one of the things that you feel is just really, really important, that was important to you?
So, when I meet with clients, one of the first things that I like to establish is their relationship and how it is. And that's a tricky question because it has to do a lot with who those people are. So what helped me the most in all the decision making was, I grew up in a more or less natural way, and so I was really connected to the functioning of my body and knowing what was happening to it in a not just a scientific way, but just it was like a combination. So I didn't read a ton. Of course, I read Ina May, How Can You Not? And I reread it, and I had already read it before. Well, I think it's important to connect with what's going on inside, because inside is really kind of important. It's an important reflection of what's going on. And if you're quiet with it, and it's not easy, because you've got a lot of things that actually happen. You've got your mother's past and your grandmother's past and familial issues coming out. Like, what was your, it kind of shows you what your pre-programs are. That's one thing that I think was really helpful, was me looking at those and trying what I could, to make myself comfortable with it. So there's a lot of choices, but I say tune in. Like, that's my message, is just to tune in if you know how, or if you don't, just find what works for you. Because what works for one person isn't, I'm not saying go and meditate, but I am saying go and meditate. Tune in. Find out what's going on for you, and then really self-care and be there for yourself. As a man, same thing. As a father, as a new father, there's a lot of things going on in your mind. Support is really important, I think. We're not isolated. It happens, but support is really important, so.
What about your work as a doula? What is a doula? For somebody who has never even heard of a doula, or they've heard of it and they're just not sure what that is, Mm-hmm. How would you say that you can help them as a doula?
Right. So a doula is a funny word. Most people say, what? That's such a funky word. It's a Greek word, and it means servant to the mother. It's okay. And for me, what a doula is that support. is it's the support that you can't see in a labor, that someone can hold the space and someone that's there to do that. Also, there's the physical. So basically what I like to do is tune in again to my clients and see where is it. It's different for everyone. Where is it that they, what support do they need? Sometimes it's relational, so I can kind of give them some, pointers. Also, I address fears. Fears are really important to work with, so that the woman has, so that the pregnant mother has a sense of that connection I was talking about, more so in her. It's just such a pivotal moment. So the awareness, I keep coming back to that, with clients. And I also, I massage my clients, and I teach the father some of the things. Like, I watch them usually. And from wherever I see I can add something to, I suggest, what about this? Or does that, I'll check in with her, how does that feel? Is that good? Or I'll show him, look, this works, right here on the back, in the pelvis, squeeze here. Or I make sure she's hydrated. I make sure that her lips are not dry, I also make sure I'm on the other end of that phone or an email anytime she has questions or he has questions. And there have been, and I really love it. It's a great sense when someone can say thank you, and they're meaning that, Yeah, sure.
I want to get this guy because
This chicken
we
is
can
such
put
a
him.
stinker. Trouble. She's like, wait, she's coming after me.
I thought it'd be good if we had her so we could see what all the noise
she's a
was about.
fumbling stinker butt.
Hi.
Hey, Dina. Make sure you don't make any noise in there, okay?
Just,
Trouble.
there she is. I don't know.
That's why we call her Trouble.
Trying to make my computer
Trouble. Well, when she comes out, I'll
She'll
swing
come
around
back
just
out. She
because
loves
it'll
the
be
food.
nice to have that as B-roll to kind of throw in there.
She likes the cat food, is what she likes.
So, I want to get you in a different spot. There you are, hiding over there.
Hi, I was doing B-roll for you.
You were?
Yes.
So were you doing some of those trees?
Oh yeah, I took a picture up and down with video and
Oh, good.
very fascinating.
Okay,
Looks like
sweetie, I'm not done though, so thank you, darling.
I'll let you get back in.
I'm so
What are you doing? What are you doing? Well, she's on me, she knows.
Okay, so
It's gonna start pouring in a second.
tell me, is it? Oh,
It'll be alright though, we're fine here.
tell me what your passion is about birth at home and with midwives. Oopsie, is this okay, do you think?
Yes, it's stable. Well, my passion is about birth and home birth. That it's
Start again though, just as if
Yeah,
you're just coming up with it on your own, kind of.
so my passion with home birth comes from, I think, a connection that I have with myself that is natural. There's no intrusion. There shouldn't be. I don't like to, I don't feel like I should say it should be that way, because that's a very strong opinion. However, I believe that. I believe that women should be able to just be supported through the natural evolution of, or the progression of what's happening in their body. It's like going to the bathroom. It's just natural. So my passion is to educate women and to remind them, or to wake that power up, or to just see if there's how I can assist them, if that's even possible, to just reflect their power, wake it up, connect it somehow, say something. It's different in every woman, but I just really want this planet to be a planet of love. And I know we're going through the times that we're going through, and I think that it's extremely important for the pregnant woman to know her power, so that when that baby comes out, she can give that. We need to just shift what's going on a lot more, and it's happening. It's not like it's not.
Can you say that one more? Just that.
And
last.
it's happening. So it's not like it's not. It's just I'm there to support that. The inevitable shifting of the conscious part, for lack of, I wish that there was a better word, but for that consciousness of life. That's amazing. It's the gates of heaven. I that's what I believe. I'm honored every time I'm present for a birth. The baby comes. You can see the woman is in a altered state, and that baby is perfection. Perfection just came from, heaven. It's amazing. It's just mind-blowing how that happens. And a woman's body, along with her partner, has created that in its life. It's a big deal. We really need to be connected to what that's all about. That, at least that's what I feel. So that's where my passion comes from. That those places, that knowledge, that awe. I'm in awe. I can't believe it even happens. My daughter's almost 16, and I still reflect on, I made her skull. I made her skull and her fingernails, and her heart. I grew it. I didn't make it, I grew it. And that's powerful.
I'm going to stop you again.
Yeah.
You are good at this. Okay, so
I feel funny.
No, you're fabulous. You're just natural. But the only thing is, I really want the light on your face a little better, if we
Do you
can.
want to go?
Yeah, I'm just thinking, can I grab my
those
shoes?
No, you can grab these shoes. Just
Okay,
put
yeah,
those on.
sure.
Oh, look at how cute your little toes are.
My daughter said, Mom, you need to do your toes when you go to Maui.
there goes the
So I
rain.
don't usually do it.
There we go.
Okay, well, that's okay. No, just stand right here
Okay.
in your backyard. If I'm on this side of you, I can just stand here and you can talk. And this
I'm
is your
thinking the
porch.
sun is right there. Yeah.
No, I need you forward though.
Forward more.
Yeah.
see.
Gee, I want the green in the back. How can I do this? How about here? Ooh, would this be too dark over here? Let's try
Maybe if I
this.
stand right in this corner here.
This is lovely.
Isn't that pretty? I know.
Oh, and maybe with these chimes in the background
Like
too.
this right here.
Yeah, that's nice.
Oh, it's so nice outside. I'm having such a nice time in this weather, right? As opposed to that gray.
This is really nice.
It's like the weather here, or the nature. That's the main thing for me, is rejuvenating. You get out of the airplane and you're here and you're like, oh, I kissed the ground. That's all. The warm and the airy. The wind. I love it. I love it.
So tell me, as a doula, attending a home birth or attending a hospital birth, what, I know that we can support women, but how does that environment affect things? How do you feel about that?
So as a doula, attending a home birth, there are differences. It's much more of a natural occurrence. It's just in the flow of things. Whatever's happening in the home. We're prepared, and not everybody is. Sometimes everybody's just doing what they're doing, cooking. The mother's going and she's going from room to room wherever she's comfortable. I'm there. So for me, it's like a natural flow of things. Nobody's questioning. Oh, can she do this? Well, what can we do to, hurry it along or progress it, more than it, just more. And so as a doula, I'm able to appreciate the difference. Now, in a hospital birth, and I've had really wonderful ones, and I've also been witness to things that were very hard for me to swallow or digest, actually. And of course I worked through it, but a hospital birth, the difference is it's like she's on a spotlight, the mom, the pregnant woman. And so they're really, it kind of magnifies whatever energetics are happening between her partner, herself, between the staff. And so I find that with that magnification, sometimes it can kind of throw a loop. There's, all kinds of modifications that they want to make sure they're on a schedule. They're looking at like that, and it's natural for them. So I believe it takes away from the importance of what's happening, because the attention is focused on Pitocin, IVs, a hospital bed, the functioning of a hospital bed, the walking in the hall, who's at the nursing station, is this a plastic cup from there that she didn't want, just even those small details. A mother, when you're birthing, when you're in labor, your senses are so heightened, and it's natural. And so in a hospital setting, it can throw people. And sometimes it's great and fine, and those women need support. They need that environment in order to feel like they're empowered and they can do it. And then I see it. They do it completely naturally, push their baby out. They're super happy. They feel really supported, and that's great. So as a doula, I really honestly don't have much of an aversion to however or whatever happens, just as long as I'm able to support as best as I can. Sometimes that means, I haven't had a lot, but there's times where, I feel like I failed. But it's really important to note that a doula is really just there for whatever is happening, holding the space for whatever's happening, and just being focused on that and giving.
How do you feel about just this whole resurgence of midwifery globally, with like Robin Lim winning the Hero of the Year award?
Yes.
Can you speak to that? And this was her hometown.
And we love her very much. Yeah, the resurgence of midwifery is exactly what we envisioned and have been envisioning since Ina May started talking about, what she was talking about in her books. That was the vision. It wasn't, oh, we're going to do this. It was, this is the way it is, so we're going to talk about it. We're going to reflect this back, and I'm really happy. I mean, that's what I wanted. I can remember when my mother had two of my brothers at home. And it started when I was very young. My mother, home birth was around, and even then, it was the oddity, but it was, there's a message here. There's a message, it's a good message. Look what's happening here. And as it's progressed and my life's progressed, I just knew that that was my calling. That was where I needed to be on the wave that was coming through. And I'm really happy, and I'm excited, and I'm very inspired by what's happening. And I'm very happy that that there was focus on that, and that, the media, for what it's worth, is really grasping this, because it's a good thing. This is a good thing. This isn't a cereal they're trying to sell. This isn't, clothes or be this way or do that. This is life. It's like, this is what it needs to be. Just let's support that, and look what our world, the planet, look when as it's happening, look at the changes the planet is having. We need to be more in love. And I think that's what midwifery, this resurgence, is going to bring, because those babies are going to be nurtured. Those babies are going to be loved. Those babies are going to be wanted. Those babies are going to come into an environment where they're being respected and honored, and the people that are in the room with those babies are going to know, wow, you are really important to this world. So I'm very excited about what's happening here. really moved. I'm very moved, really moved. I watched last night again, Robin Lim, CNN, and how can you not be touched, and inspired? How beautiful is that woman?
And you work with some of the same people that
she worked with.
Yeah. Do you want to just say a little bit about that? And then I'd like to hear you talk about just a little bit about, becoming a midwife. I know you touched on it, just a little bit about that, because I think it's really important for people to hear and see that, I've interviewed some older women that aren't always going to be here, and we need to keep that profession alive.
Yeah,
right?
especially here on Maui, yeah.
So you can speak about Maui, just the dichotomy and the dynamics and
difficult.
stuff.
It's not easy, and it's not easy becoming a midwife here. So I would say working with the women that we have in our birthing community is wonderful, and you learn a lot. What I think is beautiful is that they've come before me, and they have so many stories and experience, and I like that they are intuitive and they can say what they think that I need to hear, and typically it's good and right. And so I love that I can reflect on that. Also that I'm, honored to be included in any birth that happens here. If one of the midwives think that I would fit, I always get so excited, like, oh really, you think I would fit? That's great, and I'm always interested in why, and I always find out when it's exhilarating, and becoming a midwife has been it's been a lot of years in the making, and so now I'm going for the credentials, and on Maui it's been challenging, but not negatively challenging, just challenging, and it's really great because I welcome it. Because I believe that if you want to be a midwife here on Maui, it's a lot of work and dedication and commitment. And if you end up with your credentials and you're practicing here, you really are meant to be in that position. So I and that's what I want, and that's what I'm going for. So.
I want to get one more question, but I want to do it in, is there a place that you love in your yard? Or?
Yeah, I love my yard. I love my garden. I love everything.
Okay, well, maybe we should.
Yeah, let's try and get there before any more
I'll follow
rain.
you, and then you stop, and then the question I was going to ask you is about just unifying midwives.
Yeah.
Because
we all have the same message or the same standing.
On the same page. And that's happening globally too, with the Home Birth Summit and different things that are going on. So, really Maui is just an example of everywhere, just a little more maybe extreme, maybe more polarity than some places, but I think it happens everywhere. So.
Yeah, it does. I think so. So let's see, how would I... So what's that question?
Background?
Yeah, well,
just about unifying.
This is nettle, stinging nettle.
Okay.
And I think
so like unifying midwives. I can get that in the background. It's okay.
Okay. So as long as you're fine with that. Should I just stay right here? Okay.
Yeah.
So unifying midwives, I think, here's what I think. I think it's happened. The unification of midwives is actually happening. It's always, because it's in it's our nature.
Okay, no, this isn't good.
Yeah, I don't know if the rain's going to be a good.
I can't tell if it's kind of. Maybe just over here by this tree.
The bamboo.
Yeah, beautiful.
Right here.
So maybe, lean on the tree.
I'm just gonna relax.
Lean on that tree.
And be cool. Okay.
I'm going to go this side because the light's better.
Oh yeah, perfect. Yeah. That actually works, and then you can kind of have the...
Yeah, that's nice.
So I think that the...
Can I just going to fix you.
Thank you. Yeah, I don't want to... I'm trying to keep my bra straps out of this. Oh, she thought you were going to pet her. Look at her.
Hi, you little chicken.
She's so funny. Peanut butter, what are you doing? Yes, we're talking. She talks a lot too. So I say the unification of midwives is happening, and it, like I was saying, it's always happening because it's our nature to connect, it's our nature to nurture, it's our nature to be present. And so I believe that we're all doing the same thing. We're all standing for the same basic.
Your hair was
yeah,
just.
I'm getting that. The same. We're all standing for life in the natural form, in the most unobtrusive, flowing form. And I don't know what else to say except for I look at every other midwife as a sister, a literal sister, not a figurative, not just the word sister, but it's sisterhood. We're really all in this together, and it's I mean, firstly, it's amazing to think all those sisters, every single one of them. You know, if it's definitely a unified force, definitely a unified force, a unified front, if you will. Supporting that flow of life, and I appreciate it. I give gratitude for all the midwives that have come before me, that all those midwives that share. Midwifery conferences are the best. I love them. Feels like I'm with, just I feel like I'm being held in hands that are so loving, and I learn so much about myself, and I just bond. We always bond. We always have a lot of fun, and I learn a lot of things, and just a lot of things from what they share.
Tell me just briefly, like when you think about how in the olden days, how we had, midwifery, and it was just what it was, right? And then we moved very recently into this very medicalized, very interventive, very unrespectful kind of an energy. And then now, there's this resurgence, and it's not going to look like the old ways because we have modern medical science, which is amazing, right? Saving lives, saving babies. How can we, kind of go from the old, away from that little transition in the middle that wasn't looking so great, into something new and better than ever before? Do you see that happening? And
yeah, I agree. I think that medical science and doctors are really wonderful because they're saving babies, that they're doing amazing things. Actually, there's surgery that's happening in the uterus when the mother is still pregnant, and she survives, the baby survives and has a better quality of life. So there's definitely a place for that. However, I believe that that there needs to be a connection and more of a knowledge of where its place is.
The light is reflecting weird.
Should I move over here a little bit more?
Yeah. I don't know if this is going to be too dark. Just let me see. It's too dark.
This is so
let me have you
Here, over
stand
here.
right there. Actually, in front of that is really amazing.
Okay.
Sweetie,
All right, right
yeah.
here?
You're okay. You're okay, babe.
Perfect.
No, it's not quite.
Nope.
I'm sorry.
Here? I know, there's that.
Yeah, there,
right there.
there.
I know,
Yeah.
I got the clump of leaves.
This way, just a little more. Yeah.
So I'll start again by saying that I believe that modern medicine, it does have its place. It really does.
I'm sorry. This is.
That's okay.
Yeah. Come on this side, maybe. It's just that I'm getting.
Palm tree. There we go. Would that be all right?
Yeah. See how forward you can come. Yeah. No, you can't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right
That's
here is
perfect.
what I
Let's
can
do
do.
this. This is good.
Okay. All right. So I would say that the way that midwifery was in the olden days, quote unquote, it was in the flow. It was just the way that it was. And the medical system came into play. And now I believe that the combination, I think, will be wonderful. If we can recognize that it's not an emergency birth, pregnancy, and the whole nine, and we can respect and give gratitude for the medical part, that medical science, and we can combine that and have them walking hand in hand. Oh wow, that's going to be a great day. That'll be really nice, where there's respect for the doctors, because there is true respect, there is true talent and ingenuity and awesomeness, and better quality of life is actually more supported in situations. And then you've got the midwifery, which supports in the way of life. That's just the way that life is. That's the way it comes about. So if those two combine, which I believe that is exactly what's going to happen, we're going to get true respect for the medical. They're going to get true respect for the midwives, and we can work together. Then I think that's going to be a very beautiful relationship. And I'm not sure where it will be, but I know it'll be much more conscious.
Can you
much
say
more
that
aware.
one more time?
Yeah, I know that it'll be much more conscious. I think it'll be much more of an awareness as a race of human people on this planet. That's what I think. So
That's beautiful.
yeah,
You're beautiful.
thank you. It's easy.